temple, up a ramp, so we'll need to plan a route through this area. It's a quick blast up the ramp, and we've done it. This temple is beautiful, by the way. I half expect to see Lara Croft running around fighting dinosaurs. Hello and welcome back to the RacingGames channel. My name is Mark, and this week once again I have been relegated from challenge duty. Instead, we set our Forza expert Nico the task to complete the Juggernaut run in Forza Horizon 5. The Juggernaut is the longest and toughest trailblazer. The trailblazers were a feature of the Forza Horizon 4 DLC, but not in the base game, so many might not have expected these before. Essentially, once you pass through the start gate, a clock starts counting down from a time limit, by which you have to reach the finish gate. You get more stars the more seconds remain on the clock when you reach the end, so basically, the faster the better. The Juggernaut is the longest and toughest trailblazer. You start at the peak of the volcano, dash across most of the map, and finish at the Ek Balam site. Apologies if I've butchered that pronunciation. Now for an event like this, you really need to choose the right vehicle. Nico's favourite for the Juggernaut is the Hoonigan RS200, and he's using a tuning from Don Jo Wong's song called Stunt King. It's got a good balance of power and grip, and is therefore perfect for an event that involves driving across tarmac and rough terrain. We're going to talk you through the route here that Nico takes. First of all, you start off by launching down this sort of chasm on the side of the volcano. Be careful to avoid the trees here. Once you reach the bottom, bear slightly left and we can see the location of the exit gate in the distance, right there in the background. There's plenty of plants, but they won't slow you down. The next task is to join the second road we meet heading in this direction. The first road twists back around to the volcano, so skip over that. The second road cuts a neat path through these tricky rock piles, so overall it saves you a lot of time where it matters. Once the road turns left to go to the Horizon Stadium, we'll leave it and aim again for Ek Balam. There's a lot of trees in this section, but you should be able to smash through easily enough. Skip over the highway and splash through the river. TOT Hoyakin, again apologies for pronunciation, presents the biggest problem on this trailblazer. The Mexican government specified that we can't drive on or smash through their historical monuments in the game, so we need to find a route through or around the pyramids of the Sun and Moon and the Avenue of the Dead. If you happen to spot it in the distance and can avoid the whole site, it's best to go to the left hand side of it. Nico this time tried to go through it, and as you can see, it literally hit the wall. Now we have one of the trickiest obstacles on the entire run, farmland. The actual crops aren't a problem, but the polytunnels can be. Find a route through here with the end location in mind. Once we've escaped these trees, we're getting near to the end. There are tracks through to Ek Balam in this area, so essentially pick one and follow it so that we can avoid further impacts with trees. The finish is at the top of a temple, up a ramp, so we'll need to plan a route through this area. It's a quick blast up the ramp, and we've done it. This temple is beautiful, by the way. I half expect to see Lara Croft running around fighting dinosaurs. So that was a good run from Nico, 3 stars as you saw at the bottom of the screen there. But it wasn't the cleanest run, and because of that he decided he wanted to have another go. Now at this point my script's gone out the window, I've run out of things to say. So instead, just like last week, I'm going to commentate purely on what's going on screen. Here we are then at the top of the volcano for run number 2, and what an epic start this is from Nico. He absolutely roars through the start gate and flies down the side of the volcano here. Pretty sure that wouldn't be possible in real life, but this is Forza after all. Once again then, we travel down this little chasm that goes down the side of the volcano, trying to hit as little foliage as possible. It might not seem like a big deal ploughing through these bushes, but trust me, they can cost you valuable time, and could be the difference between 2 stars and 3. We lose the back end a little bit here, but the tuning of the car allows Nico to regain control, and soon he's over the first road and just about to join the second one. Now, like before, we're going to head along this road until it starts to turn towards the stadium. This is probably the easiest part of the run, in that you're following an actual road. Sure, there might be other players that can get in your way, but overall it's just a nice cruise down the road before we eventually turn right and head back through the absolute carnage that is the trees, water, pyramids, and eventually the end goal. Nice little jump there as well, getting all 4 wheels off the ground, almost landing purely on the right hand side, but once again Nico manages to wrestle control. We swerve off the road and plough through some trees here. Again, you can see Nico's aiming for the smaller trees. If you're going to hit a tree, at least try and hit one of the smaller ones. That central reservation barrier there stood absolutely no chance, and here we are then ploughing back across the farmland. Once again, the crops are absolutely fine, you can go through those no problem, but do try and avoid the polytunnels because they can affect your overall time. As you can see there, taking to the air made Nico lose the back end a little bit, so he has to kind of turn around and reset. And I don't know about you guys, but I find the visibility going through these crops especially very, very tricky. And when you've got to get through these pyramids as well, it can, again, cost you time. You can end up ploughing into a wall that you didn't realise was there because you're too busy trying not to hit too much corn. Flying out of the pyramids there, then we once again head across the plains and then back into the farmland. Once again, avoid the polytunnels. Try and keep as close to the tracks as you can, and therefore you should be able to have a nice clean run through. You can see the objective of Ek Balam or Ek Balam, I think I've said it every which way now, but you can see it getting ever closer as Nico starts to plough through these trees again, and in some cases plough into the trees. Once again, we said during the first run, try to avoid as much of the forest here as possible. You can call it a forest. Try to avoid as much of the trees here as possible. You can see there it's an instant stop if you hit them, and it can cost you valuable time. Sure, you might get some XP for knocking some trees out of the way, but if there's a nice cleaner line, you know, I think you'd rather take that one, to be honest, so you can get through this section as quick as possible. We said earlier on in the run that the road is probably the easiest part. I'd imagine this is one of the more difficult parts. So picking up one of these trails here that leads to the temple is definitely advisable. It carves a path through the trees, you can see here as well. There's a nice little way here to get through without clipping any trees whatsoever. And we're here, we've made it to the objective. All Nico has to do now is line up the jump, and he'll fly across the ramp and into the temple. Now, as Nico's about to do this jump here, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you've got some challenges you'd like to see us take on, feel free to comment them down below, or head over to our Discord, link is in the description, and leave them there. Once again, thank you for watching. I've been Mark from RacingGames, and until next time, take care.